You can follow him on Twitter at Shade of Midnight. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Mr. Michael David Anderson. How's everybody doing tonight? So I had a conversation with a coworker today, and it was kind of awkward. Have you ever met somebody where you meet her and you look at her and you're just like, yeah, this girl would totally cut off her husband's dick? Because I have. This is the type of girl who would keep her husband's dick on a keychain, put it in her pocket, just so every so often she could rub it. And the thing is, it would probably grow hard because it is apparently a magic stick, according to her. Don't know how the fuck that works. I'm still trying to figure it out. I'm sure there's a punchline to this, but I haven't figured it out. Maybe it has something to do with ejaculation. I don't know. I have a friend who used to work at a McDonald's when he was in high school. And one Sunday morning, before I continue this, I'm going to ask everybody, have you ever worked a job on a Sunday and had some lady come up to you and ask, why aren't you in church? Anybody? Well, this is what happened to my friend, and he was working drive-thru, and she looks at him and is like, boy, why aren't you in church? Because, ma'am, I'm a Satanist. So she quickly pays for it and goes to the next window, and she looks at the girl who's working the next drive-thru window, and she's like, boy, you gotta pray. Girl, you gotta pray for that boy back there. He said he's a Satanist. And she looks at her deadpan, it's like, who do you think converted him? Something I don't understand are fucking smelly people. And how they always if you ever take a step away from them when you're talking to them, they always step towards you. You smell like a corpse. Stay the fuck away from me. I have a personal bubble. I don't want you anywhere near it. If you're a beautiful woman and you smell fantastic, my personal bubble gets savagely anorexic. If you smell like the worst years of the Holocaust, it becomes morbidly obese. Fuck off. Another thing I don't understand are crusty pussies. I once was dating this girl, and I decided, you know what, I'm going to go... Oh, fuck, that was funnier than what I just said, actually. I was once dating this girl, and I decided to go down on her once, which was kind of nice of me, considering she didn't like to give me blowjobs, which kind of sucked. Or not really. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to go down. I'm going to go down. So I get ready, and I get down there. And as I get down there, I realize it looks a little bit like Vietnam. Because, there's a certain area that looks like forest that's been napalmed. And then underneath, there's like a wasteland. And I know this is anachronistic, but bear with me. I kept expecting General Patton to come out and look at me and go, boy, you don't want to go down here. So needless to say, I got the fuck out of there. There's actually somebody here I saw tonight. I haven't seen him in years. He'll understand this joke all too well. Some of my other comic friends have heard this before. But there is a section in Walmart called the family planning section. And it's not filled with pamphlets saying, oh, you're about to have a baby or any of that bullshit. No, it's condoms and lubrication. That is not family planning. That's family fucking prevention. And right next to that, you have a section for, your pregnancy test for those unhappy accidents. What? You're late? Oh, fuck. Please get your menstrual cycle. Please get your menstrual cycle. I cannot afford an abortion. Fuck me. I cannot afford an abortion this month. I can't talk, apparently. Sorry. And by the way, there's going to be a new section of that aisle if they ever pass anti-abortion legislation. It's going to be rusty coat hangers. I know, right? So, there aren't many stories I will ever tell about my dad. But one of them, I was 14 and we were watching American Pie together. And we got to the part where Jim's dad gives him porn. And my dad turns and looks at me and goes, "I'm never doing that for you." I'm like, "Oh, that's nice to know. You've only got a whole cabinet of porn I know how to get into. It's not a big deal." So I moved back with my mom like 6 weeks later. And I come home from school one day, not too long afterward. And there's a whole stack of porn magazines on my bed and a tape. And, you know, it's like I walk in and I'm the only one home and I look at this and I'm like, I know where these came from, but I feel like if I put them back, it's like fucking entrapment. So I just took them and put them in another place. Like, something feels weird about this. I come back the next day and they're back again. So I'm like, all right, fuck it, they're mine. So when I was 15, I had Playboy centerfolds all over my wall. At 16, I had a girlfriend, so I had movie posters all over my walls. Thing about porn, though, you know, there's certain things I'm always worried about finding on RedTube when I'm surfing. One of them is amateur porn, because I never know what I'm going to find. And I realized something. If I ever found a certain kind of amateur porn, I think I'd kill myself. Like if I ever found a video of my mom with Jay Kendrick. I think I would kill myself. I'm going to tell one more story here. By the way, J.D. Howard wrote on my set list. And after my closer, he wrote celibacy. By the way, J.D., I'm not married, so I don't have to worry about celibacy. But, thing is, like, I decided, like, I lost my virginity at 17. And I decided that, you know what, a few weeks later, I was going to tell my mom that I lost my virginity, just because I wanted to be honest. So we're going down the road one night, she's driving, I'm riding shotgun, and I look at my mom and I'm like, "Mom, what would you say if me and my girlfriend were to have sex?" And she looks at me and she's like, "Well, I'd want you to be careful, use protection." And, you know, and all the things that a mother feels like she should say without being a total royal bitch. And afterward I look at her and I'm like, "Well, that's good, because you see we sort of already have." So she looks at me, looks out the windshield, looks at me. "Congratulations, it's about fucking time." I looked at her a minute later and I'm like, "By the way, I'm going to kill your husband." And she's like, "Why?" "The condoms you gave me, they didn't fit." Why? Were they too big?" "No, they were too fucking small." So she looks at me, looks out the windshield, looks at me. "Congratulations, you're not like your father." Everyone, thank you. I'm Michael David Anderson. It's been real. Have a nice evening. This is Colin Gerwig.
Mr. Michael David Anderson, ladies and gentlemen.